Should probably do that. Hey everyone, I'm Aaron Gray, and I double booked myself tonight, so we're stressed.
We will get rid of it by playing video games.
You mean and cry, because this is taking too long. Intro? Who are you? I
I've never met this woman before in my life.
Wait, hold on. I don't remember what. Why? What is
She's
happening?
Discount Maya.
I don't know. Wait, hold on. Can we have a previously on?
Okay, yes, I can do previously on the Last Ace Attorney.
Oh my god. So
We
wait,
were
hold
in-
on. So we finished the second part of the trial, or like so
Yes.
trial part 2. We finished. So we're going into the last investigation.
Yes.
What happened in the trial was that we determined that, God, why does this feel like this took place like 3 weeks ago?
It feels like it does, honestly.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Who is this lady on my screen? This is not my. Are you sure I'm a woman?
This is my hentai.
Incorrect. I think Apollo is referring to me, my dude.
Fair
Not
enough.
Emma. So we're not bad, Grant. Bonk you over the head with the newspaper.
Get the horny bonk.
Go to horny jail. Bonk, go to horny jail. So we determined that the murder in the police evidence locker room was not actually real. It was not a murder. It was martial man dude, cowboy looking ass, dressing up as Goodman to get into the locker for some reason we don't know yet. Well, no, we do know his motive, but we don't know why Goodman was helping him.
We don't know who else went into the room before.
Yeah, we don't know who had the lucky sevens of ID numbers. We don't know that, but I have a feeling it's the executive guy.
Yeah, the chief of police.
Chief of police. I have a feeling it's him.
Damon Gant.
Damon Gant. Yes. And Discount Maya ran off for some reason.
Because she remembered the incident. The not DL6 incident.
SL9.
Yes, SL9. Totally not DL6.
Her and her sister were involved in that case in some way. I think they were both labeled as witnesses. So she yeeted from existence. Probably
And
the best
yet,
thing
for
to happen
some reason,
in this
she was
game.
also the prosecutor? Like, that was confusing.
Yeah.
Because Miles said that he took over the investigation afterwards, so something happened.
Yeah. I'm assuming something with their parents. Like their parents. No, wait. Well, it could have been their parents, I think, maybe. I don't know. And we learned how to do fingerprinting. Wahoo.
One of the very many beneficial things of Ace Attorney that will totally come back up later on.
Totally. Definitely come back up later on. Alright, let's actually... That's the recap. Because I don't remember shit. Well, yeah, because you didn't do highlights, so I didn't have any reference.
I had some, I just didn't have many near the end.
You did 3. 3. Exactly.
That's true. I meant
3.
to come back to it.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. What did your sister say? Because I don't remember. Oh, here we go. Flashback.
There we go. Thank God for those recaps.
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
We did what we had to. Oh, that's right. They forged evidence.
She implied that they forged evidence and the fucking, like, people in trial went batshit crazy.
Oh, so that's why we had to end trial early. Because of
yeah.
that. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Phoenix like, I don't read newspapers or listen to news. Fucking like Mr. Red White's on the news channel, that's why.
My god. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
What do you mean, what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna make you read.
Look through my Tolkien level book.
Joe Dark's last victim was prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
Me. What did you have to do with those killings, Emma? I tried to say it as I not laugh.
On the night prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
Well, I'm technically right. What? He tried to kill you?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
So that means you...
Yes, I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
Oh man, I wish we'd figured this out sooner. I didn't see that one coming.
It's in the fucking court record. You see both of their names in the court.
We had to look through the court record just recently, and somehow the game expected us not to see that part.
They're not good with plot twists, are they?
Not in this one. I'm half expecting Neil to be somehow have killed Joe, or accidentally killed himself or something.
Mm-hmm. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year, too. No shit, that's what it means when you say 2 years ago.
You would otherwise say another time.
This is bad. This is cringy. This is cringy writing.
It's okay. It'll be good during the actual trial.
Okay. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day. Unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Wouldn't there be, like, security measures?
Also, why the fuck would he just bust into an office for no reason?
Yeah, that's sus.
Joe Dark.
It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what
What
was
are you
going
doing in my office?
Whomst are you? I didn't know what was going on. No shit.
I don't know either.
Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother. Yes,
in case you forgot.
Phoenix. Phoenix, you have contributed nothing to this conversation.
You have the brain of a goldfish, sir.
An axolotl.
An axolotl. I want one. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then...
What happened?
Can you not infer? I'll never forget it. Why are you making a 15-year-old girl relive her trauma?
I mean, I kind of get it because he needs to understand like what actually happened rather than infer.
But he
like,
could fucking read the file.
He could. He should read the witness statement, and if he has questions, then ask.
Yeah, instead of just like prying, like, oh, let's reopen all your old wounds.
He's like, you're not Maya. I don't care about your emotional well-being.
Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. Very descriptive. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture? Yes, it's called a memory, Phoenix.
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime.
I mean, I don't think it'd be very hard for a judge or jury to infer that if you see someone about to be stabbed, he has a stab wound and is thus killed, that you can tie it to the guy that she last saw.
Yeah.
Made it up. You mean provided bogus evidence?
Bogus evidence.
Fucking bogus.
What the fuck, Phoenix?
What
Sir.
I mean, you could just said bad evidence. What the fuck is like?
Fake.
Okay.
Sus. The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence, and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Why are you surprised about this?
My boyfriend? I fell asleep during that whole trial. I didn't know what was happening. I'm sorry, Emma. You're gonna have to explain to me. I might have had a bit of memory loss.
I'm sorry, Emma. Wait, Edgeworth forges evidence? Since when?
Like, it's weird because, like, the past 3 cases would not have implied this, especially with that fucking bogus, what was it, fucking...
Von Karma.
Yeah, Von Karma. I totally don't steal evidence.
I'm sure after thinking about it, I'm sure his name means something, because karma.
Reverse karma. It's true. I wonder what Von means in German.
Look it up. You have a computer. Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true, even though he may not have known it. So essentially, I looked up that Vaughn is nobility.
Wait, why do I not have...
Oh god. Why is it cursed looking?
There we go. I don't know. There we go. Haha.
Great X16. That's such a... Okay. So it's true, even... Oh, hold on. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today.
She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. I don't understand how she mistreated Emma in this.
Yeah.
What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? I'm not gonna read the witness statement. That's being implied I read.
Poor boy. Poor baby. Dark knocked Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
He's got onion head.
He is onion. Damn.
His head is onion. That's the reason why he kept killing people, is because they kept mentioning that his head looked like an onion.
Oh my god.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. With an onion head, no less.
Oh my god. I don't remember what happened after that. I passed out, much like someone else that we know. This game is too predictable.
I passed out. Wow, you know, the fainting trope usually is just reserved to women, but with Phoenix, right? Yeah, it seems like everyone faints. She was like 6. No, she was even younger. She was like 13 at the time.
13? Because she's currently 15 going on 16, so she had to have been 13.
Right. It's my bad. I forgot she's not Maya's age for some reason.
So how old is Lana?
I mean, there's probably in the court record.
I forgot I could just look at that whenever. So Lana is 29. Okay.
So she would have been 27.
27. Okay, because I was about ready to say, like, hold on, wait a second. They have a huge age gap.
Yeah, they do. They have quite a sizable age gap. I wonder what their parents were doing.
I mean, me and my half-sister are like 13 years apart, but we're half-siblings. So, but also, love how he dark and deceased.
Doesn't even need a face.
No onion head, though.
It's only when you see it from the back.
When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma. You've been through so much.
Why are you saying that aloud, sir?
That's actually a good question.
Why are you standing alone in a courtroom? I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago. You must have been 14. That is not the age, but okay.
She's
That's
not 16.
understandable.
She said 15 going on. I am almost 16, but you're...
Maybe it was a translation error or something. Like, she's supposed to be,
Maybe.
like, a bit after 16.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies. And find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. Well, Lana's probably going to jail now.
Probably. At least, if not for the murder, then for the forged evidence.
Or at least, like, getting her title revoked.
That's true. She's not going to be chief prosecutor anymore. But she kind of looked like she wanted to be an investigator, like, before that point. Like, she hasn't changed her appearance all too much.
Yeah.
Also, she has rubber booties, and I do find that kind of adorable. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma's tick.
No, we don't.
Just there's like a tick on her neck. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime.
When you can't math but are a damn attorney, I'll have yikes for 500, please. Oh my god, that's good. That's good. That's good. What's bothering us about this crime? I don't understand. What's the forged evidence?
There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor.
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. Wait, isn't the police department not connected to the...
prosecution office?
Yeah,
maybe
isn't it
was
like 20 minutes apart from each other?
Supposed to be, but maybe it was a different time, or maybe you have to do questioning at the police department. I don't know.
Maybe.
Either way, there should have been some fucking guards.
Yeah. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force.
What? That's news to me.
After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Ah, that makes sense now. Okay.
Lana used to be a detective? I better have another talk with her, because she doesn't tell me enough in one conversation, it seems.
Yeah, no one tells you enough in one conversation. Alright, I guess we're going to the detention center.
Most of this looks pretty straightforward, actually, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Lana, Mr. Wright, seems I keep causing you trouble.
Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why would we? But Lana...
Because you don't want to, like, send somebody innocent to be murdered.
But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty.
Exactly, Emma.
Believe me, I understand the risks.
Lana? Emma told me about you.
Oh?
About how you were a detective 2 years ago. I'm also slightly, like, stagnant in my voice flow because apparently Maya's not here and I don't have the emotional connection.
I don't care at all.
I have, like, no emotions at the moment, so can we just get it over with?
Oh my god.
And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. Man, that guard behind her must know some really dark shit for
You said this
listening
like
to all
the
these
first time we
conversations.
streamed together, actually.
Did I? I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Anyone else getting Carolina vibes from Lina? Ooh. Ooh. Now that you think about it. Carolina vibes? Does she have daddy issues?
Does she have a Washington that I can ship?
Does she have a wash tub and a York? I'd like to see them, please. That's right.
Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual exchange of jobs?
Also, like, I'm trying to do like a Carolina voice for her, but not really.
Just so out of it.
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright has rights. That's good
I should have told you this before, but now I will tell you now because that's what the plot says. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Wow, where has this happened before? Wow.
Except it was like 30.
Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. Ma'am, are you in a relationship and is he a bit of a ditz? I don't know if I would describe York as a ditz, though. He's like...
I'm trying to... Go ahead.
He's like... He's not Playboy, but he's definitely a charmer, but not Felix. They're two different.
We just have to
like,
ship her...
Cause, like, Wash is on one end of the scale, Felix is on another, York is in the middle.
Fair enough. I was actually thinking of reading that in the southern guy's voice, Marshall's voice. Ma'am, are you in a relationship and is he a bit of a ditz and is that person me by any chance?
Oh my goodness.
You want to move this friends with benefits to actually boyfriend and girlfriend?
What? Excuse me. I'm gonna end stream now, thank you.
Okay.
It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul to the devil.
Which was Damon
edgy.
Gant.
Edgy. Like Edgeworth.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, you can't put drama aside, man. At 5:15, there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why don't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so faced before. Faced clan, almost.
It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing! They still talk about all the cases sorry, wrong voice. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant? He's buff as fuck, though.
He's Locust. If Locust was a detective and not a mercenary.
Jesus.
Lana,
Also,
what do
Lana
you have
looks like
there?
a
A
pilot.
knife? No.
Lana, what do you have there? A knife! No!
A knife. Is there a there's gotta be a Felix meme of that, isn't there? There has to be. It can't not exist.
It has to be Locust that does the other bit.
No! Or Cyrus.
Felix, do you have a knife? Oh, Felix, what do you have there? A knife. No!
Oh my god. Chief Gant. He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed.
I'm sorry, what?
Excuse me, what?
How did you do this? You have to have the case with the report. Emma really idolizes her big sister, or at least did before she became a bitch.
If you wish really hard, Kadesi will hear you and make art of it.
But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? Like, what made you want to be a prick?
One word. Edgeworth. I loved him too. I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could use that experience in court, right?
Rude interrupting.
Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago.
Yeah, Kananeski. Love Kananeski. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark.
Second in command? That means the investigation led was Damon Gant, yeah?
Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations.
They even had the same office?
We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho, as the kids would say.
As he would say.
Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place.
When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us.
Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Gant and myself. That's where he found me. Why were you there in the first place? Shouldn't you be at school, ma'am?
From what she said before, I think she was waiting for her sister for some reason. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? Well, besides the guy that died.
It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood.
3 bodies?
Prosecutor Marshall.
Go.
No, that's...
Prosecutor. Okay. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim Emma, who had passed out. What?
And the
I think they messed up there.
Yeah, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious.
What did you do?
To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her.
Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through.
Are we sure this isn't the aftermath of having sex with Felix? Stop. Historians will call them bestest of friends laying on the floor together.
Oh god, I know what you're referring to. Yeah, that's kind of fucked how they mentioned those two bodies that were lying together in a grave. They're like they were 2 like males, and at first they thought they were the way they were arranged were romantic, and then they realized they were both males, and suddenly they started calling them like really close friends or maybe even relatives.
Oh my god. Can't blame.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You already read that. LOL. Probably.
It's alright.
I'm assuming you did.
I did.
After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest.
Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident.
That's right. Quite a coincidence,
I don't buy it. You're lying to me!
What are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance.
Yeah, this can't happen twice. We already had this happen with Edgeworth, alright? It's too much of a coincidence for this to happen again. But that case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. And fucking like the guy that died, he went there to look at the evidence again.
Officer Marshall, Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
That case just might not be over yet.
As Hercule
Perrault.
Yeah, my mouth can't form words.
It's alright.
Would say, too many clues here. It's like the scene in Amadeus. It's one of the opening scenes of the movie Amadeus, where Sibelius, I believe that's his name, was playing a tune, and then the king was like, there's too many notes. Too many notes. Too many notes. Oh, it's good. Just too many notes.
Perrault. Fair enough.
It's okay. It's French. Belgian.
So I did say it right.
Poirot.
Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right?
That speaks French.
Belgians speak a lot of different languages.
Hold on a second.
Alright.
I shouldn't have drank milk 6 hours ago.
Drink your mandatory water. Stay hydrated. Don't dehydrate.
Yes, but he's always insulted when called French. Oh my god.
This...
Fight, fight, fight. Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The chief's office.
Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office. The site of the final SL9 murder.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Hold up.
I think I know what they're trying to pull here. Dark wasn't the killer. It had to be Gant. Right? Right?
I mean, I don't know. Or if I do, I can't tell you.
Cause like, okay, cause then it would make sense why this whole thing is happening. Cause like, Gant probably knows that Marshall is like starting to become unhappy with the verdict, so he's been digging. So I'm assuming that Goodman was like, you know what, I'm not happy about it either. So let's investigate. So he came up with this to get rid of all of them. In a way. So like Lana would go to jail, Goodman's dead, Star is just a lunch lady, essentially.
She got fired, and probably Marshall after what he did with the
Marshall's
evidence.
probably gonna get fired. So he's probably trying to like weed them out now.
The only person left that I can tell is Lana. Lana's the only one that's left that was a part of the original case.
Yeah. Alright.
Conspiracy theory. But that's just the game theory.
So are we going to criminal affairs or underground?
We're supposed to go to the police department, apparently.
Oh, so criminal affairs?
Yeah. Well, it says the police department entrance. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere.
Things seem kind of quiet around here today.
You're right. The chief of detectives seems the same, though.
Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to?
Right. We can come back here later.
Oh, now we can go to police department
Yeah.
entrance. Oh.
Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, God. Oh, Mr. Marshall!
I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up.
I will never see the black thing as hair. Sorry, it's just not happening. It's not happening.
It's understandable. Que sera sera. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Is that the cactus?
Billy?
Must be his pet cactus.
Pet cactus. Can I just refer to all my plants as pets now? Can that be a thing?
Aw, John really doesn't like it when I don't water him enough. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. You know, they don't need to escort me, I guess. It's a voluntary appearance. But we all know I won't be coming back.
Voluntary.
Involuntary volunteer. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. There's nothing there anyway, honestly.
It's just a morgue.
It's just everything else filled with dead bodies, alright?
But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Marshall grows
What?
facial hair faster than the speed of light for how much he shaves. Oh my god.
Why do prosecutors head west?
Prospectors.
So they can prospectors.
He calls
How do
them
I fix that up?
prospectors.
Also because they can end up in Japan, I guess.
Huh. My skin's dry here. Odd.
No, if you excuse me, I'll voluntarily step into the back of this squad car. As I voluntarily get handcuffed.
It's all I consented to this. It's fine.
I consented to going to jail. It's fine. If there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. You know, the one where my fucking relative died. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today.
Were we supposed to?
It's a kink of mine. Don't shame me. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean, fishy? Like fish that you find in the river? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean the switchblade knife with the broken tip? Can a switchblade actually kill somebody? That was Joe Dark's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised.
A question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained.
What
does that mean? It means there is a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. Do you want to voice Phoenix?
Yeah.
Okay. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased.
Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? Question mark.
That case left behind scars on all of us.
The scars that the SL9 isn't left behind.
I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around.
He could call his brother a prosecutor, but the other ones as prospectors. Alright, I see how it is, buddy. Alright.
I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he? Your brother?
He was 27 at the time.
So...
That's Lana's age.
He's older than his brother.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because now he's 33. So he's the
so
older brother. Thinks he's a cowboy. I love that. That's so good.
I am a cowboy. He was awarded by the highest honor that very day.
The highest honor? You mean the shield?
King of prosecutors.
I knew it.
What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor.
Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, wasn't that the same day as...
That's right. It was the day the evidence transfer.
Interesting.
It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years ago have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die.
Oh, do either of you listen to podcasts? I do not. Spotify keeps recommending me to listen to podcasts, and I'm like, please go the fuck away.
I try to, but only on YouTube because that's the only way I can download them.
Ooh, that's fair. Apparently, someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty.
There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room.
What about Detective Goodman?
If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be obvious.
If you can listen to season 3 of Serial, it's about the American court system. It'll give you doubts about the court system. I don't know if I want doubts about the court system in this economy.
I mean, I have doubts about a lot of things regarding government, and if I ever had the power, I would change some of that, but I won't because of other reasons. Also known as not having any money for it.
They? Who are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye.
They're in here together.
The investigation of the... They were roommates. The investigation led Damon Gant and his second in command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo.
Except for Phoenix, apparently.
To be fair, he was probably very, in depth with learning to be a lawyer.
True.
That case was the biggest step in both of their careers.
After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right?
Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She'd never been the same since she left.
Question mark?
Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was a totally different when she was a detective.
Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister?
She became gay, I don't know. Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out.
Lana's
we never slept
secrets.
again after that.
It all started 2 years ago.
Drink, glug. So there you have it. I also have infinite alcohol. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner?
It was certainly enlightening.
Want some alcohol? There's one thing for sure I found out in court
Can I have
today.
some rum?
Can you drink and drive a horse?
Sir, can you drink and drive a carriage? Can you drink and drive a horse and buggy like the Amish people in my town?
There's
yes,
one thing for sure. I knew that. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy.
You are.
You are. I'm gonna fight you. Fight me man to man. He was the only one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. The horse does most of the driving. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. I'll be a lonely sheriff.
Did he just like spit?
I think he did. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. When you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina.
Marshall, she's 15. You're 33. Chill out.
I'm also dating her sister, so it's also a little bit weird.
Alright, so I can't go in there. I can't go in there.
You have to move to the criminal affairs department.
Okay, now we go there. Alright.
I don't know why they made you go there first.
Yeah.
It's like we were gonna head inside before we head to the entrance. Like what?
It's a taste sample and this is wine. Get the oxygen in to get the flavors out.
This is a wine. Get the oxygen in to get the flavors out.
Oh my god. So my grocery store had like pre-cocktail mixes, so I got the pina colada one, but I don't have rum to make it.
Aww.
There is a liquor store in town, but I'm not sure because they put a new lockdown in place starting Saturday, so I'm not sure if I'm able to actually go get rum.
I have to head to a different county to get alcohol because it's illegal technically in my county.
Why is the rum gone?
Why is the rum gone? I love Pirates of the Caribbean sometimes.
You are the worst pirate I've ever heard of. But you have
heard
heard of me. You have heard of me.
Did you know they made like a book series of him as like a kid?
No, they did not.
Yes, they did. I read one of the books where he made a deal with a mermaid.
I love that. That's good. That's quality content. Not the fifth, 6 movies. No, thank you. Hard pass.
Like, I don't know why they made the books, but there you go. Also, he didn't keep his promise to the mermaid, in case you're wondering.
Damn.
He just sort of left and was like, well, I'm never coming back here, I guess.
Damn. Alright, can you voice Phoenix?
Yes. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted, and that one guy's always over there.
That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes.
Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room.
Oh.
Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do. About Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial.
Wait
I
a
also might be
minute.
fired.
What?
Also, my cactus is named Billy. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together.
Oh my god.
I think festive is the word usually used for those.
Sir? We'd like to look around Chief Gant's office.
Just use the connecting hallway in the other building and take the elevator to the top floor.
Okay, he's just gonna let us in? Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Emma! He just gave us permission. Just say
Don't
okay,
ruin
thanks,
it.
bye. Don't ruin it.
Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Fuck you, Emma.
Emma! Also, is the plush on the windowsill a knockoff Sonic?
That's supposed to be their mascot, which is technically a hedgehog, I believe. I forget what he's called. We'd have to look at the court record for that. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. Okay. Oh, he's got an organ.
Gotta do a face.
He has an organ.
Jesus, I mean, that makes sense with how his background music is.
Alright, so I guess, I am now obligated to sit down at the organ and play Little Fugue in G minor. Don't you have an organ in your office? Doesn't look like I have an organ in my office. I have a keyboard in the other room, that's about it, but it's broken.
Did you ever watch Beauty and the Beast 2?
No.
The evil villain is an organ.
It makes sense now.
Yeah, that's the music. Whoa, where am I? Why am I playing the organ?
Whoa, where am I? Whose house is this?
Whose house is this?
When I go back and reread my old fan fiction, or my old fiction in general, like whenever my character passes out and wakes up somewhere new, she's like, whoa, where am I? Whose house is this? Like, every time. And I'm like, why did 13-year-old me write like this?
I guess because it was easier than writing a description for the beginning. Amnesia is like a really popular thing to have when it comes to writing.
It is. It's a good cop-out.
Yeah,
You've got lots of organs in your office. What are you on about? I mean, I got my heart,
like 6.
I got my lungies, I got my tum-tum, I got...
Your lungies.
Shut up. I got my ovaries, which like to be bitches to me. They're done being bitches for a month and a half, that we're good. In the chief's office, silly. At least, that's what it said on the door.
Check out the pipe organ. That's real, isn't it?
No shit, it's real. Why would you have
confused.
something like that in there if it wasn't real?
I'm kind of confused.
Whoa, where am I? Why am I wondering if I'm in a house? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. Hold on. Wait a second. Your music teacher let you take organ before playing piano?
At least if they're gonna fuck up, it's gonna sound really cool.
Because you have to wear special organ shoes. You have to wear special shoes to play the organ.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
You have to wear... I didn't know that.
Because it has pedals. It has foot pedals. So you have to wear special shoes to play the foot pedals. So you don't damage it.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. That's how you get... That's why you can play really low notes. It's really cool.
Okay. Wow, okay.
Grant learned something new today.
Yeah, and
I did something with my music degree. I taught something. Sometimes I like to say, like, I feel like my music degree was a fever dream.
For some reason, I was imagining doing tap dancing with the shoes on like the keys.
Oh
and I was like, yeah, that makes sense, Grant.
Forget the pipe organ. Check out the vaulted ceilings. Yeah, this is impressive. What the fuck? You stand on the keyboard with the organ.
It looks like an actual church. Look at the windows. It even has like the little like, speckles.
Yeah, it has the painted glass.
Holy shit.
This man has a big ego. They used to call me Little Miss Bach, and I thought Edgeworth's office was bad.
That organ is big dick energy.
Big dick.
Oh shit. Okay.
Wow, you played a C. I never could remember where C was. Oh my god. And you can find out who's a really good organist or not really quick. Defund the police. Ah!
Oh, it's you two.
Chief Gant! Clearly they can afford palaces for their chiefs. He put that paper he was reading in his... Wait. Oh, in his desk. Okay.
Yeah, in his desk.
He was here the whole time?
So, Righto, have you been swimming lately?
So he's here the entire time?
Apparently.
You guys just walked in and started dicking around on the orc? What? What is happening? Also, why does he have a cross for a tie? I mean, it fits with the aesthetic.
It's the theme.
We're on theme here. It's all right. No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately.
I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct. And Lana's provocative statement.
Provocative.
Why, provocative. I can English.
Provocative statement. Oh, you mean about the forged evidence?
2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there?
Oh, it's the pot. It's the pot.
That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me.
So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. You don't have to say last names.
We took it to commemorate our work together.
Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Okay, buddy.
Anyway, I like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together.
Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore.
All the same, we'd still like to have a look around.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore.
Guilty.
I don't need glasses
Orange
to stare into your
sus.
soul.
Orange very sus. Orange
always
churchman sus.
Would you like to confess your sins? Now hurry up and get out. I have meeting to attend.
Can we just sneak in through a window?
He's like on like a high floor.
Looks like we aren't welcome.
Yeah, he put us out to the front of the fucking like police office. It seems that case isn't over yet, after all.
What do you mean?
Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there.
Orange sus. Osiris, you're alive!
Osiris.
Oh my goodness. I think Osiris took melatonin, so they conked out for like 20 hours. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned, and I've been naughty, Daddy, are pretty much both the same thing.
Oh god, that's from fucking Twitter.
Oh my god.
I've been naughty, Daddy.
You need to fucking stop. I will kick you to the curb of the police station.
Okay,
Work was done. Wait, were you at work? I thought you got out of your work 5K, which is dumb. I don't know why work would mandate you to do 5K, but we talked about that yesterday. Also, fucking Red vs. Blue is in Fortnite now.
Well, okay then.
So guess who is obligated?
Stop.
Stop that right now. Almost.
How dare you?
Yeah, so guess who downloaded Fortnite today? I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna stream it though. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not stooping to that level.
Do not commit to the cancer.
I will not. No, thank you. You mean like a clue? No shit. What? No, it's gonna be a sandwich. All right.
This'll save us. There's gotta be a way we can get inside to save it.
The heavy sandwich from not Red versus Blue, fucking TF2.
Sandwich.
So where do we go now?
I have not looked actually. It says go back to criminal affairs.
So we're going back inside.
We're just gonna sneak inside, pick the lock.
I mean, she is an investigative person, so maybe she does have lockpicking skills. You didn't get Apex Legends first? Aw. Yeah, I don't... Fortnite is free, sir. Apex Legends, I don't think is.
I need them V-Bucks, though. Hey, pal!
Baby!
I'm not a baby, I'm a man.
Those eyes say differently. Apex is free, too. It's... How many gigs is Apex? Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting?
I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. That's why I stand all the time.
Do you guys stand for the meetings? Look how cute he is!
Thank you, I try to be adorable.
From sitting so long?
Actually, from serving everyone
He's
coffee.
the coffee boy! He's the coffee bitch boy. Oh my god.
I wasn't gonna phrase it that way, but thanks, I guess.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop.
Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth?
AKA my boyfriend. Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask?
He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office.
G is for guilty, A is for ass, N
G
is for never.
guilty.
N is for trust. What do we get? Gant is a guilty ass, never trust. How long did it take you to make that? Quality content.
God.
We love to see it.
I wish I could pin that.
Yeah.
It's almost like the battles between you two in court.
That sounds serious. That sounds like a him problem. Is it because of what my sister said?
That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood.
Yikes. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she?
Don't say that about my sister.
Regardless, the prosecutor's responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there's been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth, and I can't talk, I'm sorry. Too much coffee. His amazing talent as a prosecutor kept him safe from all those who don't like him. But now with this...
Are there really so many people who hate him? I don't. I love him.
I'm his stan. In our world, Earl, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies.
You sound like you're speaking from experience, Gumshoe.
I am speaking from experience. Hey, Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir.
I'll just stand here and keep talking.
Let's go for lunch sometime, my treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir.
See, you don't have any problems with enemies.
Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him.
Because I love him.
Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. And I'd really like for him to be my boyfriend and take me to a joint sometime. Actually, I took a look at this file earlier while the coffee was brewing.
You looked at all of that? How long did it take to make coffee?
I mean, I can't read, so I had someone read it to me.
He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well,
I mean, yeah.
What did you find out?
The only evidence Dirk left behind was during his final attack.
His final attack? You mean...
When he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl. Don't know who the fuck that bitch is.
It's me.
It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl.
Man, I love seeing other people's pain. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all.
Well, what was it?
Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Something about that, I think. Oh, I forgot. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? Just you read this. I can't read again.
He's been asked 3 times to read this fucking case file. He's like, nah, I'm good.
I do skimming. I don't really read.
His powers of recollection never fail to impress.
Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory.
Alright.
Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman.
Excuse me. A businessman. What made him take to serial killing?
One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car.
And then he got a rush. A rush he never felt before.
With his car? So, it was an accident?
An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal.
An animal?
He killed a man that witnessed the incident. When he killed a lady, a kid walked just by then, so he killed him too. Then he buried the bodies. The jar came up to the scene and he was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Sorry, I can't read that fast.
I think it was even clicking it.
I understand. It was like a weird cutscene, but like, fuck me.
Seems he was a pretty careless animal.
Of course, this is all conjecture. Like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. There wasn't a single shred of evidence.
So he turned himself in.
Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. It was weird. I don't understand. Prosecutor Marshall. The thing we've explained like 3 times. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot and didn't kill the young girl with his onion head. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed, right?
That last witness, aka Emma. Alright, let's show him the murder weapon.
Oh my god, you're like really smart.
Well, no, because fucking Emma suggested that we would.
Oh, she did? Okay.
Yeah. About this.
Hey, is that...
Has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of.
What are you doing with that? Murder weapon, man. Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker.
Did Edgeworth give this to us?
think we found it on Goodman, didn't we? Like where he died?
I don't know. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. And it was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. Oh, it was found in the muffler.
Oh. That's it! Now I remember what was incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me.
Okay, let's talk about how it came back to you. More talk about what the incriminating evidence was before you forget. Yeah. Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again. We know him too well.
Yeah, you need to talk to me now. I have a memory is like a fish.
This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? Nah.
I can't remember. That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at, plus I had his fingerprints on it too.
Well, no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right?
That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken.
No, you don't have to take a good look to notice that.
Yeah, well, anyway, take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in.
Where was it?
The victim near Marshall was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound.
Did it match Dark's knife? Emma, don't murder the nice detective.
You bet, down to the last fiber. We measured every fiber.
That's pretty conclusive.
Sounded suggestive the way she said that. That's pretty conclusive. Well, there you have it, in a nutshell. That's all I know.
Can I ask you one more thing?
What is it? If it's money you need, you ask what you can.
It's not money, even though I would greatly appreciate it if someone helped me with my rent. Because apparently I was too stupid not to take any cases between Christmas and now to help pay for rent.
I've been too depressed without Maya.
But it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The chief's out now and his office is locked, but we'd like to have a look around if that's okay.
Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door.
What? Really?
But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Is that an
Breach
actual
of
crime?
trust?
Simply put, I'd be canned.
Oh.
Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. But you will be fired.
What about this
because...
ID card? It was Detective Goodman's.
That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died.
Oh.
So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office.
So we just need to convince him it's in the best, it's in Edgeworth's best interest.
I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind.
A picture of Edgeworth slightly looted. Let me know if you get stuck.
I'm probably gonna need your help. I'm just... Yeah, help me.
We're gonna have to go to the prosecutor's office.
Okay, so we have to go there first before...
Yeah. We had to get some stuff, apparently, by talking to him. No one's here today, not even Miss Starr.
Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are.
But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m.
Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. Our case? Ma'am.
But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty.
Hang in there, Lana.
I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow, or the judge will rant at me. I can't believe you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet.
There he is. It looks like he's writing something.
What are you doing here?
He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Do I want to voice him?
If you want to, yeah.
Tough day in court, huh?
Huh. I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me?
He seems so hurt by this. Can we stop torturing this man?
Can we get an F in chat for him?
Yeah, F in chat for Edgeworth. Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. Wait.
Actually, can we
hold
get
on.
an E for in chat for
E
Edgeworth?
for Edgeworth. Yes. Wait, Emma. Why would you root for him? He's trying to convict your sister.
I'm rooting for you to get my sister convicted.
Did you put D?
All of the letters you could have like picked between E and F, and you picked D.
I mean, they are close to each other on the keyboard, so like it kind of makes sense. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. Pap. It was a typo.
So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day.
Are you implying that we do, sir? D.
There's no excuse for what I've done.
I was arrested D too.
Fucking Christ. People really want his D today, I guess.
No! We just want the dick and dick gumshoe.
Jesus. There's no... 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do can erase that fact.
Excuse me, but you didn't know, did you? I mean, that's the evidence was falsified.
The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same, no matter what excuses I might have, like it being your first case.
Mr. Edgeworth?
I take pride in my work. So tell me why? Why has it all come to this?
Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. You shouldn't. Come on, Edgeworth, talk to us. We're here for you. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. Good. Are you up for the trial tomorrow?
First last year's trial, and now this one. Seems all you do is worry about me.
'Cause we love you.
To be honest, you're getting on my nerves.
Damn, alright. Prosecutors and police
Giving
should
shipping
be
fuel and then instantly slapping you in the face.
Slap. Prosecutors and police shouldn't be chummy. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on a trial.
Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors.
I mean, take away Edgeworth's D and he'll just be Edgeworth, and that sounds like Edgeworth and Edge is not an egg.
Oh my god, I love it.
Egg gang. Megs.
Edgeworth.
Edgeworth equals Sundering. Quick moms. Quick maps. Wow, chat is big brain tonight and I live for it. This is good.
God. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this.
Much like the DL6 incident came back to haunt you too.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how these trials have like this similar formatting in name.
It's almost like the people who made this DLC are running out of ideas.
We're forced to put it together within like 2 weeks.
What do you mean?
The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long.
It's only half as long as most list? That is odd.
After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time.
Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time.
I mean, it doesn't help that he was brainwashed by fucking Von Karma.
Yeah, that picture.
By the way, Von apparently is just a sign for nobility in German.
Oh, interesting. Something seems strange about it. Alright, day of the crime. Could you tell us again what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right?
I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one.
Because you were awarded this?
Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony.
Yes, you can.
I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department.
You finished up at the office?
Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back.
Take something back?
This.
Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he?
Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago.
Please don't tell me this is relating to this case.
It looks like it says A716.
AI-16.
He was asking me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office.
That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to?
That's right. Mr. Wright.
Ha. Alright, let's show him this. Wait, hold on. I want to look at it. Yeah, the shield is messed up. Because look at, like, there on the shield he got, this green thing isn't there. Yeah, there's no sword on it.
It's a broken sword, too. What?
Alright, so we'll present. This picture is hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. How did you take a picture of the picture?
I just imagine he, like, took the picture off the wall and carried it with him. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself.
He also looks like a cowboy.
Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy.
Speaking of that, there's something that's bothering me.
You mean the suit of armor that's like in front of Lana? Yes?
The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different than yours.
Yes, you're right. I remember now.
Remember what?
That was the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design.
A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us?
It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first meaning halberd, the second meaning shield. Have you heard the story?
Considering that it's Phoenix, probably not. Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why do you tell it, though? For Emma's sake.
Very well. Jesus, this... Long ago in the ancient kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant.
They ran out of budget for this part.
I can tell. One day he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon.
Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other.
Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard the story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very description of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born.
History lessons with Edgeworth?
I don't think the Empire of Shu existed.
Probably. It was probably made up. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize...
Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. Also, that's a sword, not a halberd. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this.
Wow. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield?
Because you're gonna need it for Chief Gant. You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished.
Chief Gant.
You should probably look at the piece of paper.
Okay, so examine the room.
I only told you that because I know you don't often do that.
I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look while he's standing right in front of us. Just gonna perceive Emma crawling under the desk like, what are you doing?
I was so gonna make a joke, but I won't.
Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth.
Mind getting up from the desk with the little girl under it?
Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground.
Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around at my feet.
He didn't even look. What? Letter of Emma go burr.
If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you.
He's so condescending.
It says letter of resignation.
No, baby! Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean...
I'm tired, right?
You're only 24. Shut the fuck up.
I had my father killed, and the person that took care of me ever since was also found guilty of his murder. I'm a little fucking tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died.
But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault.
I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either.
Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. Is that a resignation? I wonder if I could use it for anything. Ah, so we're gonna use this for Gumshoe.
That's a boy!
Oh, man.
Oh, God. We're gonna have to...
Oh, no.
Okay, hold on. Before we do that. I'll give you 2 guesses of who it is.
Sky? No. Star.
Yes.
Oh, it's Star.
The angel,
Angel Star.
the French woman. Yes, Angel Star.
Knock
the
off
one that we said was
Vasquez. Discount
yes,
Vasquez. Excuse
I can voice
me.
Phoenix.
Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef?
Miss Star! I guess she's out of lunches.
Yeah, I guess so. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kinda like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. I don't... Oh my god, I don't need that
I
visual.
always assumed that people just saw cows doing that and just like decided to squirt some out to see what it tasted like.
I'm disturbed now. I didn't need that visual, ma'am.
Jesus.
My goodness. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago.
Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be contributed to mere coincidence.
Aren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness?
The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife.
No matter how much of the past you dig up, I won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten.
Miss Starr's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back 2 years ago.
Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. I don't like that.
I just really want some hot gravy now.
Ugh. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell.
You mean because of his brother's death?
They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate.
Her?
Lana Skye. My sister? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by the legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant.
Keep reminding us.
Yeah. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out.
You mean with the forging of the evidence?
Don't get me wrong, Joe Jock got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties, most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter.
She was being used?
Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation with Lana as second in command. They were the best. They solved all kind of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal.
His magnetism?
By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he's handled.
The opposite of Gumworth. Incredible evidence, you mean?
Oh yes, there was rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him though.
I take it she's talking about forged evidence.
Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that?
Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she?
Yes.
I feel like this is essentially what is summed up as white noise at this point.
Yeah.
Because she just keeps repeating all the stuff that we've already pretty much know.
Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office.
What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred?
If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know. But one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude. There must have been a reason for her change.
At last. I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr.
You listen to me, Rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Oh, so I have a feeling Gant is holding something over Lana's head. Okay, so we have to go to police.
The question is what could be so bad that she would actually give basically all control of the prosecutor to him?
I feel like it has something to do with the crime scene. I feel like he was the serial killer or something. Or something. There's something.
So you're saying
there.
he killed Joe Dark or killed Neil Marshall, not Joe Dark, and then somehow held it over Lana's head?
There's something there. I'm not sure
Okay.
what.
I
Because he's
think you're right.
hiding.
There's something
He's
in
hiding
there.
something.
He is hiding something. Oh, you're back.
You didn't expect us to come back?
No, I've told you, I have goldfish memory.
You're still here?
I gotta make 150 copies of these files.
For who?
For the police, I guess. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ.
You're a DJ as well? Emma. If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ.
Gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you into that chief's office, period. It'll be my neck on the line.
That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Yes, I know that, alright? I know exactly what I have to present, ma'am. No, I didn't want to look at it.
It looks like a bunch of scribble scratch. Watch this crumpled piece of paper. Some trash, what I call it. Throws it in trash. No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious.
How did Mr. Edgeworth let us take this? Is he ever not serious?
I can't believe they pushed him this far.
My boyfriend, my lover. Mr. Edgeworth.
If he goes, I won't ever see him again.
Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible.
When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice, too.
But then I looked into his eyes.
But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him.
Detective.
Alright, that's it. I've made up my mind.
But
Here, take my ID card.
we can't do that if someone found out. They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report.
Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated.
No, baby. What?
If he goes, then I go. So at least let me do this for Edgeworth's sake.
All right, detective. Thank you.
Don't mention it, pal.
All right, move.
Also, you owe me ramen, like a lot of ramen.
Here goes, Mr. Wright. Click. We're in. Hacker voice. I'm in.
I'm in.
Aiden Pierce voice. I'm in.
I just want to let you guys know I'm really cool in this trench coat.
If anyone finds us now.
Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out.
He came with us.
Never do not
Who
want
passed
Mr.
out?
Gumshoe here.
Who passed out?
I think she slapped him.
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I didn't even know you could have slapped Ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just walking behind you. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too.
Can he be the lookout?
If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? It's a good question, actually.
Gumshoe's ID card crushed.
Should I use a bullet pocket? Hey, don't do that to my card.